Caden from Confluence Fly Shop and Deep Canyon Outfitters here as always. It is a beautiful bend morning. There is snow on the ground here today. It is currently 6:43 a.m. and it is 16 degrees outside. So what I am doing is staying warm in here, tying some flies with you guys. Today I'm going to be showing you how to tie Chan's Holographic Chironomid Pupa.
All right, Chan's Holographic Pupa. So in our vise today we have my typical size 14 Chironomid ambush hook from AquaTalon, matched with a 7/64 plummeting tungsten bead from Fulling Mill, so 2.8 millimeters. And you'll see a lot of chironomid hooks, or a lot of chironomid flies rather, are tied with this bead reversed. It's important in this fly that they are not reversed. You're going to want to make sure that it's on there how you would normally put it on. Alright, in our bobbin today, 7 denier ultra thread in black. And we are going to start this right up by the eye to tie in our gill. You know, there's a ton of different gill materials one could use. I like using Ice Wing from Hairline, which just provides a little extra flash. I don't think it hurts. I do think it can help a bit, so you might as well. It is my personal philosophy. And we're just going to grab a nice little clump, tie it in right there at the front. Give yourself a little room to trim some off when you're closer to being finished with the fly. So I'm going to wrap backwards on that, trim it at an angle so that it gets a nice taper as I'm wrapping my thread over it. Perfect. Wrap thread, and I'm just going to give it like a 1 or 2 turn whip finish. Doesn't really matter because you're just going to be putting the thread right back on. Alright. So we've got our hook. Alright, so we've got our bead back up at the front. We're going to put our red thread back, or our black thread back in, like so. And we're going to build the base of the body, which is going to be right about at the barb of the hook. And we are going to wrap forward again. Leave that there. Now we are going to take 2 colors of Brassie wire, black and red, and cut off probably a, I don't know, 2-inch strip. If you're going to tie more flies, probably more than 2-inch strip, but 2 inches should be fine for just one fly. More like 3 inches, never mind. And it doesn't so much matter which one's in front or which one's behind. But you are going to put those 2 tips of the wire together, and you're actually going to stick them right in the bead there. And that's going to ensure that the wire covers the entire body so that the taper isn't ruined by the wire. And you're just going to wrap those back all the way to the back. And then we are going to go back to the front. And now I have some large holographic tinsel in black. You can also use medium. If you're doing smaller, medium is recommended. Even if you're doing this, maybe medium is recommended. I like doing large because I don't like tying a ton of wraps in. Anyway, so that's going right up by the front, by the bead, just where your wire went. And you're just going to wrap backwards over the top. Lovely. I'll give it one more wrap. Whoop, whoop. Alright, now back to the front. And at this point, if your body's big enough, you can leave it how it is. If you need more of a taper, if you need to build up more of a body, now would be your chance. I'm just going to try to make a smoother transition. But I do like to leave a little bit of space in the front where I can easily trim off my materials. Alright, so now we're wrapping that black tinsel. And once you get up to the front, you will capture it and trim it out. Like so. Lovely. Now we are going to take our wire and we are going to counter wrap that. I like doing one little turn at the bottom. I saw Brian Chan do this. I like the looks of it. Do one full turn on the bottom before counter wrapping your wire, and I've already forgotten which way I did my wire, but it doesn't totally matter because we're just going to put resin over the top of it. But we're going to keep those two bits of wire together. And if they kind of are slipping away from each other, you can just kind of push them back together. Perfect. Up to the front, capture it. Helicopter those wires off. Lovely. Now, I'm going to trim my gill. Perfect. And can just give it like a, I don't know, a 3-turn whip finish, something like that. Maybe it's 4 turns. Cool. Trim that out. Take your bodkin, take your UV flow finish from Loon. Oops, let's not hurt our gill here. And you're just going to dab a little bit on the top. I like using the Brassie size wire for a little bit of segmentation. I think Brian Chan uses the small wire, but I like having I mean, if you're going to put wire on it, I think you might as well put a little bit of segmentation. It certainly doesn't hurt. So I'll kind of like dab it with my finger a little bit. But really, that resin is going to just vastly improve the durability of the fly. Tinsel tends to slip, wire tends to slip once it's been eaten a couple of times. So it's pretty important that you do put the resin on top, I will say. But there you have it. Chan's Holographic Chironomid in black. This is one of my go-tos early in the morning for some reason. I'm not sure if there's any science behind that, but I've just found that it seems to work a little bit better in the morning, maybe during the low light conditions. This red wire just provides some nice contrast, as well as adding a little bit of segmentation to the fly. And then obviously having your gill is important. Doesn't need to be very shiny like mine. I like having a little bit of attraction right there. But there you have it. Chan's Holographic Chironomid in a size 14. As always, please like, subscribe. Let me know if you got any other flies you'd like me to tie, and I'll do my best to accommodate them. Thanks.